వస్తుందా?
PPT is not visible, sir.
మా వినిపించట్లా.
PPT visible గా లేదు, sir.
Okay. I'll go with it. Is it fine now?
Yes, sir, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, good morning, friends who are with me today on Masterclass Consumer Behavior Models Explained Now today. Because there are two models we are interested to explain, Howard Seth model and Angel Collard Blackwell model. Let's examine the insights of these two models. First one is a Howard Seth model of consumer decision making. It is developed in 1969 by Howard and Seth, which focuses on consumer learning and brand preferences. And it also explains how consumer actually process information from attitudes and make form attitudes and make decisions. Because this also talks about how attitude formation is. So it is only for high involvement purchases. You know what is meant by high involvement purchases, wherein the consumer takes a lot of time in the process of getting complete knowledge of the product, verify the competitive products, offers, and all that, and takes a decision. For example, buying of cars and buying a plot or a house in a real estate and whatever you call it. Let's examine the key elements of Howard and Seth model. There are various aspects that we need to discuss in detail. First one is input variables that create stimuli because it stimulates the consumers in the process of taking decisions on different types of products and services. First one is product features. The marketer advertises the products and specifically presents what are the product features in advertisements, and they also try for social influence because you need to stimulate the consumer about the favorable attitude towards that particular product. So that's the input variables. Input variables means you're clearly stating product features and presenting advertisements accordingly, and also using social influence like celebrity advertising, etc., etc. Then about perceptual and learning constructs. Here, when you, of course, you present a stimuli, but how consumers interpret the product information and process the stimuli is very important. Stimulating is okay, but then how do the consumers respond to it is a major concern, isn't it? It's called stimulus response cycle. So perceptual and learning constructs here is how consumers interpret and process stimuli. They look at product advertisements and look at celebrity advertisements. They scan all the product features and learn how this product works for me and all that. That is the perceptual and learning construct. Fourth one is output variables. This is where we are interested in. That is the ultimate thing is how do consumers respond. This is what we call consumers response, right? That means whether the product information that is presented gets customers' attention, because there's a clutter in the market, because there are a lot of noise made by manufacturers of X, Y, Z, A, B, C products and services. So if you present your advertisement or if you present your product features, it should necessarily get attention of the consumers. That's one. Second is they have to form a positive attitude towards that particular product. If they form a negative attitude, then that's waste. So you are supposed to create such a thing, information, to form an attitude in the mind of the consumer that the consumers will positively dispose themselves to buy the products. And if all these things happen, attention getting and attitude formation is complete positively, then of course there is a purchase decision. The consumer walks into the market and buy the product. And then what are the exogenous variables that may influence this buying exercise? It's not your complete market information only. The external factors include the income, the culture, and the social status of the customers. See, for example, for a low income bracket, there's no point in advertising too much about BMW cars. So your focus should be on a high income customers as such. So external factors like income and the culture in which the consumers move in is also very important. What is their social status, etc., must be totally examined before you plan for marketing information. This is the complete diagram of Harvard and Safe model. I shall leave the PowerPoint presentation to you. You can have a very detailed look at how the influence work diagrammatically presented here. It may not be possible for you to decipher what is there that is depicted in this because you are viewing on mobile screens and all. Now, this is a very interesting aspect. We just like to sum up what the diagram variables that are presented here. Howard and Saith model of consumer behavior. First aspect is on the input side, we see. The input side is all about stimulus. First is perceptual constructs. Overt search. That means the consumers will definitely go in for marketing information through advertisements, social media, whatever. And then there is a stimulus ambiguity, meaning the consumer, whether the consumer gets stimulated or not, is a big issue. Very ambiguous because the customers will be exposed to similar advertisements of similar manufacturers and services. That is a major thing. So, because of this ambiguity and all, you should need to touch the consumer straight away with clear attention attribute. That means you stay in a clutter, significantly getting into the mind of the consumers, because there is a clutter. I have already told there is a clutter. Clutter means lot of advertisements by lot of manufacturers of similar products and services. How do you get customers attention? That's very important. And then of course consumer starts perceiving. There is a lot of perceptual bias also, whether to buy or not to buy, this X Y Z and all that. This is what we call perceptual construct, what goes into the mind of the consumers as such. Let's examine the learning constructs. Having this information visibly seen by the customer and gets into his mind, then all these things work out, because this is ultimately the formation of attitude and intention to purchase and deriving satisfaction. Those are motives, because he has got different types of motives, right? The intentions to buy this or that or whatever. Then of course he should have a confidence. So I must see the product will give me the money's worth. I am fully satisfied with this. So that confidence. Then of course is brand comprehension. See, the customer will have to comprehend your brand vis-a-vis other brands as such. So this is another interesting learning construct. That's the reason why the advertisers must make their presence felt in the mind of the consumers as such. Then of course is choice criteria. What happens here is the consumer's choice is based on different set of criteria. So is this product suits me for my income bracket or whatever, and is this product X product or Y product suits to me my desires, my walk of life, and all that. This is what we call choice criteria. Then after that, attitude formation. I've already told you the customer may be positively predisposed or negatively predisposed towards their product. They didn't even try the product, but at the same time, your advertisement presentation, celebrities, reviews, all that will give a perfect idea for the consumer to form an attitude. Either it can be positive or negative. Of course, advertisers and marketers want to create a positive attitude. Then, of course, that after getting it clear in his mind and having a positive predisposition towards that particular product, then he will have a clear intention to buy the market. Clear intention to buy the market, because he has to come out of that particular clutter and completely convince himself or herself with regard to buying the product straight away, right? And then after buying, whether I can get full satisfaction or not is another issue. So that's again satisfaction. If the consumers are satisfied with the use of this product, there can be a repeat buying. There can be repeat buying, mind it. So these are the learning constraints. Now, if these are quite good enough to be manageable by the advertisers, I mean the marketers, then it comes to outputs category. What I mean by outputs, the customer's decision. The customer's decision to look into your product, look into your advertisement, and all that. Answering brand competition. Let's examine. In output category, attention getting. That means I have already told you there is a lot of clutter. You are not only blowing your horn, there are other competitors blowing their own horns differently. So there's a lot of clutter. So when there's a lot of clutter, you should be present in the mind of the consumers distinctly different brand. That is attention getting. If your product gets attention, if your advertisement gets attention, the first success for you. The second is brand comprehension. Please clearly explain what the brand is or the product is all about, because the customer is in a confused state of affairs with regard to comprehending that particular brand for his choice. So it is up to you to create such kind of conversation with the customer through advertisements that he comprehends the brand, that it is plus for him, and it is a product to be a brand to be purchased. Then of course is attitude. You should win all the market information you are planning and presenting must facilitate the consumer to form an attitude positively towards it. Please note, positively towards the product. Okay, then again attention getting about, okay, when they with reference to a lot of other products are there, so let me purchase this one. So then, of course, he will be going for purchasing. Please note, Howard and Seth model talks about consumer behavior with three important constructs. One is perceptual construct. Second one is how do I mean perceptual construct mean how the consumer perceive the product information. Then learning constructs how he evaluates and all that, and then impact variables like outputs as such. So let us examine a real life example. Suppose you're buying a car, you want to buy a car, any customer buying a car. A customer considering BMW versus Mercedes Benz. Now, input stimuli. What gets into the product, I mean, consumer's mind? One, BMW's advertisements. When he walks into the car showroom, a test drive experience, and other friends and other people who are there with his bracket and his lifestyle influencing, can be celebrity advertisement or his social influence. That is the input stimuli. He gets stimulated. One is advertisements. Second one is trust drive experience he gets in the retail showroom. And third is social influence. Then, of course, perception and learning, how he perceives the information and all. He gets into the previous experiences of his own cars, he might have had earlier and all. And he will be going to reviews, I have already told you. And he will be looking at brand value of that particular product and all, because there's a choice for him between BMW versus Mercedes Benz. So the next would be response is purchase decision. Oh, okay. He goes for buying a BMW. Okay, then he goes on. He goes and takes home the car, and then he drives and all that. Now, once he purchases the car, purchase decision is over. Then, what is post-purchase behavior? Meaning that of course, if he's satisfied with the driving convenience and what experience of the BMW car, then he will be an advertising medium. A satisfied customer is worth 1,000 advertisements, mind it. So you need to look at the post purchase behavior also. You must have to plan in such a fashion that the product can deliver absolute satisfaction for the customer. So post purchase behavior, either it can be positive or negative. If it is a positive, he is a completely satisfied customer, and he will be propagating about this product like BMW car to his friends, relatives, and to people of that particular social category. If there is a negative experience by chance, then entire thing get reversed. He will say all bad words about BMW out of his post-purchase behavior. That's it, very important. Let us examine again another important case study here. Same as an example, I'm telling you. What is Tesla's market success? Why this Tesla is made a success story world over? Let's examine what are the studies. Tesla uses Harvard and Sales principles only, nothing else. They create a symbolic stimuli, strong brand positioning through their advertisements. First one is they talk about sustainability. Because it's an electric car, it is promoting economic, what do you call, economic friendliness or economic sustainability. Am I clear what I'm saying? Eco-friendly car, and it is absolutely a good product innovation. Excellent product innovations are there. Extraordinary product features when compared to that of other cars. Then, of course, is social influence, meaning influencer marketing like celebrity advertising, or people who bought electric cars by brand Tesla, their word of mouth, all will be acting as social influences. And then what is the learning process as such? Because how do the customer form an attitude to buy a Tesla car when compared to that of other brands other cars are available? One, you give free test drive. The Tesla has given free test drives, and they also demonstrate the technological specifications of that particular product. First, the trial itself is fantastic. The trial itself, giving a free test drives itself is a good thing. And then, of course, is they demonstrate the technology inside the car. For example, if it's a self-driven car, for example, automatically you don't have the doctor sorry the driver in the seat as such. It automatically navigates the entire trip and goes. So this is a product innovation. So then when we study this Harvard and Seth model, let us also examine some of the marketing applications. Say, for example, for luxury brands, because we have already made a mention earlier that Howard and Seth model goes good for high involvement products. I mean, involvement decision making processes. That means the customer should spend sufficient time in the process of buying. These are all almost luxury brands. So they use high involvement advertising. Can be BMW cars or Rolex wristwatches as such. So what the retailers would be doing here, focus on product experience, giving reviews, and going for celebrity marketing. If it comes to electronic commerce, like if you have your own I mean, sorry, the apps like Amazon or whatever you call it, and the company's apps for that matter, they create personalized product recommendations using artificial intelligence, because they come to you. I mean, when you receive a mail personally, dear so and so, so and so, we have this product, so you feel what you call intimate. Oh my god, I receive a mail from Tesla company, I receive a mail from BMW company, or even on your mobile app you receive a message. So these are personalized product recommendations come to you using artificial intelligence. So that's interesting. So that's the discussion on Howard and Seth model. Now we are entering into another EKB model, what we call it, for discussion here. Angel, Collette, and Blackwell model of consumer decision making. So let us examine what is this. This is also developed late in 1960s, and it describes a step-by-step consumer decision. It's some this what do you call model, EKB model, is somewhat slightly different from Howard and Seth. Let's examine. It explains routine and high involvement purchases. We have seen in the last session, earlier sessions, what is a routine buying, what is high involvement buying purchases, involvement oriented purchases. Buying a normal product like a soap or whatever, it is a routine, because you need to have to spend too much of time on what is this brand, that brand, and all that, because it's routine stuff like a toothpaste or a toilet soap or whatever it is. But in case when you're buying a car or a laptop, what we have already told you, it's high involvement purchases. So this model explains both, explains routine and high involvement. But let's see the process of explanation of EKB model here. The five stages of EKB model. First one is problem recognition. First time, for any customer, for any citizen for that matter, for any human being for that matter, you need to have a felt need, realizing a need, realizing a need. That's very, very important. This is called problem recognition. If you want to buy a television, let's see that we want to have a viewing experience, theatrical experience at home, whatever you call it, or you want to have a mobile, you have your own assumed needs. What is the need for you to have a mobile or laptop for that matter? So first of all is a realizing a need. You must have a felt need in your mind. That's called problem recognition. Second one, when you have a problem recognition clear, then you go for internal memory and external reviews, meaning that you might have used X brand of mobile or Y brand of mobile, and you might have had some plus and minus that get recorded in your memory. Am I clear what I'm saying? So this is called internal, and then external is how the advertisement reviews from the websites and all that. This is called information set. To you ask yourself whether this product is going good, and it is created some sort of a problem. You want to buy again the same model of a well-defined version of the same mobile, or you want to switch the brand. Suppose for example I am using Redmi and it is not going good and all that, and I want to go in for buying a new mobile phone of new version. Should I go for Redmi new version, or I shift to some Samsung Galaxy models? So this is internal based on my memory. So this is giving this problem, that problem, and all that. All and then of course I'm influenced by external advertisements of both the companies, and of course reviews as well. Third is alternate evaluation. That's what I'm just now talking about, comparing brands. You need to compare X, Y, Z brand because it's a multi-product environment in which we live in. When you want to buy a soap, we have a lot of choices. You want to buy a television, you have a lot of choices. You want to buy a consumer durable like a car, there's a lot of choices. Even if laptops, a lot of choices. The smartphones, a lot of choices. So you need to go in for alternative evaluation of comparing brands before purchasing, right? Then of course is decision, choosing the product, final product. You get convinced, yet you have not bought minded. You get convinced, and then would be the purchase. Okay, you have purchased. That's why you see, if you go, there's a lot of magic by point of purchase advertising. For example, you go with a strong brand of a car in your mind and walk into the shop, right? Retail outlet, where, for example, that retail shop may also exhibit other models as such. You thought of buying X model of the car BMW. There is Y Z models arrive. So at the point of purchase, when you converse with the salespeople there, you may change your mind. That's why what we say is choosing a final product there. At that point of purchase, also, this is called POP, point of purchase. Decisions change. If you think of X brand and you go and select Z product alternative, yeah, there are evidences where this point of purchase advertisement also works there. And last one is post purchase behavior. I have already told you, for any product, it can be a satisfaction or a regret. Satisfaction means he feel completely satisfied with the joy of buying the product, completely satisfied, or feel sorry for buying this wrong product and he regrets the purchase. When he regrets the purchase, post purchase behavior is totally negative and there can be no repeat buying. Not only that, he speaks a very bad word of that particular product. Clear? If he is satisfied, yes, he is a spokesperson and he is the best advertising medium for your product. That's all about post purchase behaviors. This is the EKP model consumer behavior. I will leave this PowerPoint presentation to you through mail, and you can have a very clear look at this particular model of consumer behavior. What you call clearly through a particular analysis in mind. So let's examine some real life example here. Choosing a smartphone. Let's see problem recognition first. Why you want to buy a smartphone? For example, your old phone is very slow, needs an upgrade. That's what you think. See, whenever you open different apps, very very slow opening and all, and you're not in a position to be I mean good enough with regard to speed at which the phone is working and all. So this is a problem. This is the problem recognition. So you want to need a upgrade. Second, then if your problem is very clear, if the problem is clearly recognized, then you go for information search. So what sort of phones, smartphones are there in the market within my price, I mean, sorry, budget and all, and how can I buy the product? So here comes advertisement presentations. And now when you walk into a mobile shop, uh, you know having they stored by different stored it's a store of different brands. You can have a very clear information about the product by seeing is touching it and by experiencing the product, or else you can read the reviews on the websites and social media reviews. Say, for example, on iPhone 15 versus Samsung Galaxy S24, you want to compare clearly and all. I'm just mentioning one example like this. Okay, you compare, and this is called information search, right? Collect information, review, analyze, and all. Third is alternative evaluation. Now comes here, compares the features of one, two, three phones and all that. You look at battery life, you look at camera, you look at other features, and start comparing depending upon your need, right? You need a lot of comparative analysis. This is called alternative evaluation. You don't stop at one brand. You will be evaluating three brands or four brands in reference to. Then, of course, fourth one, after evaluation of complete information, you may buy an iPhone 15, for example, Apple's product. Then comes the next stage, post purchase behavior. If the customer gets completely satisfied, yes, of course, it is satisfaction leads to brand loyalty. He becomes the spokesperson for your product mandate, and he is a loyal customer for that. For any reason he want to change his smartphone, he will definitely go to Apple's iPhone, nothing else. And not only that, he is the best advertising medium and a spokesperson to endorse the product's superiority when compared to that of other products. So let us look at again another case study, Amazon's customer survey, customer journey. Amazon's marketing follows this perfect EKB model. First one, problem recognition, because customers will always be in a fix whether to buy this product or that product, and I want to have a very clear review of the product, or I want to have a comparative analysis. So here in problem recognition, Amazon suggests frequently bought products. If you search there, go to Amazon app and search there, under that product information you find frequently bought products. It's a sort of a testimonial. You are getting information that what are the product other product alternatives. So that your problem recognition step is made very clear in your mind, because you will be evaluating now, because the Amazon suggests frequently bought products. So that's it. Second, you are free to have a complete information search over your smartphone. Reviews are available, frequently asked question, FAQs. That means you want to know information about. You are very far away from the store. Okay, any store for that matter. Maybe cars, or maybe laptops, or smartphones, or whatever, televisions, or refrigerators, or air conditioners, whatever. You have lot of questions in your mind. So they generate FAQs and answers, frequently asked questions, and then answers are provided. And there will be comparison tools. You go for comparison, immediately you click there, you will receive the same X product, Y product, Z product, comparable, what is there in it, what is not there in it. This is what we call information search stage. I want to search as much information as possible with reference to a product. Then, of course, third one is alternate evaluation. Amazon suggests customer ratings and recommendations. They show clearly this product is with this rating, 4 plus rating, 5 plus rating. This is the recommendation. Any product for that matter, you just see Amazon app, open the Amazon app, click smartphones or whatever you want. Then the customer ratings and recommendations are available. This is where you'll be informed very clearly in this evaluation step. Then, of course, you can go for purchase decision. Easy checkout process with discounts. Absolute, there is no problem at all. Amazon's customer journey is so sophisticatedly planned, thanks to AI. What do you call generated systems that they follow. So purchase decision is easy checkout. You can just click there, and they ask you to pay Amazon Pay or other UPI systems, and they will also announce discounts at the thing. If you want to be a Prime member, they collect some subscription. If you're not a Prime member, they will tell you how the product will be delivered in on which date. See, there is a facility to track the product delivery also. The product delivery will step by step. The product is packed and ready for dispatch. Second, it is dispatched. It's out. It is out for it's out for delivery. All these steps are very clearly made possible. So that's the easy checkout process. Post purchase, and it also asks feedback requests, and excellent thing is that it has got return policy also. That means if you're not satisfied, because what happens is you're buying the product without having any physical experience of seeing the product, touching the product, and have a feel of it. Everything is done on web, isn't it? On Amazon's app. So what may happen is sometimes you make a mistake of selecting a wrong product with a wrong feature in it. You're not satisfied. So I have got my own experience. I bought a smartphone. I mean, sorry, what do you call microphone for my YouTube videos, but I thought the product would be like this and that as per the product information supplied. But ultimately, I could not get the correct product. So I had to return it, and my return journey is quite safe in the sense that the product return, I have no hiccups in the process. So yeah, they will give you a lot of information how this their Amazon person will visit and all that, what you are supposed to do, and then your amount get again credited to your bank account within few days. Such a fantastic customer journey with Amazon, having a number of products online with the Amazon store. Such a fantastic thing. So the post purchase is feedback requests, return policies. If they're quite good enough, the customers will always buy in on Amazon. I'm a satisfied customer of Amazon. I buy different types of products on Amazon. Mind it. Then the marketing application of EKB model here. One is for retail and e-commerce propositions as such. They will give you personalized recommendations. Mind it. They follow EKB model because the customers want very clear information, evaluation of that, and then take a decision. So either Amazon or Flipkart. Flipkart is another online platform of buying of different products. So both Amazon and Flipkart create this kind of personalized recommendations. If you browse and stop, then you will receive a message. You receive a message that you are thinking of buying this product. This is what it means. So such kind of personalized recommendations in retail and e-commerce platforms as such. Second one is advertising. Yes, a lot of brands focus on different stages of decision making because through advertisements and all, and they influence each stage of decision making. Loyalty programs, and they encourage repeat purchases. I've already told you, Apple products, smartphones, or even Starbucks, a coffee shop, where if you go on repeat, they encourage repeat purchases, but through discounts and big product offers as such. So that's how it goes. With In conclusion, let us try to compare uh, with these two models. So what are the basis of comparison here? On focus, which one is best for what, and what is the key mechanism, and what is marketing use? Let us examine the differences in detail. On one, on focus dimension. Howard and Seth model focuses on learning and brand loyalty, and EKB model concentrates on decision making process. Of course, both are same in a way in at the end of the story, but Howard and Seth talks about learning and brand loyalty. They create brand loyalty, and also they answer learning process of the consumers by facilitating the consumers to form an attitude. An EKB model talks about decision making. See, it's a very good model having 5 steps: problem definition to final purchase, evaluation, and repeat buying as such. This is called decision making process. Then, of course, which model is best for what? Uh, the Howard and Seth model is best for high involvement purchases because highly durable products, the costly products, and where you want to search product information clearly, right? Search product information clearly. You spend a lot of time on buying the products like, say, cars. It's not just like buying a matchbox, buying a Cadbury chocolate, right? So it's the best. Howard and Seth model is best for high involvement purchases, but EKB model is suitable for all types of purchases. They talk about all types of purchases. Then key mechanism working in Howard and Seth model is perception and attitude formation. I have already told you how the consumer perceives. There's a lot of perceptual blocks, and this model answers that carefully. I mean, companies which follow this model answers very carefully. Perception, clear positive perception in the mind of the consumers, and then they facilitate attitude formation positively towards that particular product. But in the case of EKB model, they talk about problem solving approach because the consumers will have a lot of confusion in the mind of the in his mind to buy this product or that product. So they will suggest you with creative advertisement, comparative advertising, where they'll be suggesting a product. So they help solve problem in the consumer with the consumer. I mean, then about marketing use, Howard and Seth model is for brand positioning and experience marketing. This model ideas are quite good. But in case of EKB model, stepwise customer journey is attempted here. So these are the important models that we need to answer. Then what are the key learnings for the marketers when we talk about two different brands for comparative analysis? Use Howard and Seth for brand positioning and loyalty building. See, Howard and Seth model helps the marketers in brand positioning, aggressively positioning the brand. And second is loyalty building, meaning they want to build brand loyalty in the mind of the consumer. So Howard and Seth model works in that particular direction. And this EKB model is for advertising and creating a sales funnel. That means how you start. Sales funnel is that one stepwise process: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and final buying and post-purchase satisfaction and all, and a customer retention because you want to have a repeat buyers and you want to retain the customers as such. So that the real life applications show how businesses use these models to increase sales. We have already seen some 2 case studies where the customers will be engaged in themselves in this process of what do you call problem recognition to final purchase as such. So these are the important aspects here that we need to answer. We close here, and this is again a short session, and